Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. My name is Nur Atika Yunibinti Ashadi. My matric number is 2026104669. Today we will be presenting our valuation report entitled Property Valuation of Impiana Villa 2, Taman Tunku Jaafar, Seremban Negeri Sembilan. Throughout this presentation, we will explain the property detail, the valuation method, the market data trend, and the market value of the subject property. Without further ado, let's begin our presentation.
My name is Nur Adila binti Ibrahim and my matric number is 2026100049. Today I will be presenting about the terms of reference and basis of valuation. Firstly, I will explain about the terms of reference. The terms of reference describe the purpose of the valuation, who instructed the valuation, and the scope of work that the value must follow. In this case, the valuation was instructed by the Housing Loan Division of the Malaysian Treasury based on the official instruction and reference numbers stated in the report. The main purpose of this valuation is to provide a professional valuation and opinion on the market value of the subject property. This valuation is specifically prepared to support a government housing loan application. In other words, the valuation helps the government determine the current value of the property before approving housing loan. The property being valued is a freehold two-story terrace house, also known as a link house. It is located at Taman Tunku Jaafar, Impiana Villa 2, Pekan Sungai Gadut Negeri Sembilan. A freehold property means that the owner has permanent ownership of the land and property. Subject to the relevant laws, this type of ownership is generally considered more valuable because there is no lease period that will expire. Besides identifying the property, the report also states the valuation was completed according to the agreed scope of work and follow all the required professional standards and specific instruction. This ensures that the valuation process is accurate, fair, and reliable. The report also explains that the valuation results are based on professional judgment and evidence collected by the valuer. Therefore, the value is not influenced by personal exception, but is determined using recognized valuation principle and market information. Let's move on to the next slide, which is the basis of valuation. The basis of valuation explains the standard used by the valuer to determine the property's value. In this presentation, the above basis is market value. Market value is the estimate amount for which a property should exchange between a willing buyer and a willing seller in an open competitive market where both parties are well informed and neither party is under pressure to buy or sell. This means the property is sold under normal market conditions, allowing enough time for proper marketing and negotiation. For example, if a homeowner decides to sell their house through a property agent and receive offer from interested buyers, the final agreed selling price will generally represent the property's market value. The report also explains another type of value, which is first sale value. First sale value refers to the estimate value of a property when it has to be sold quickly due to special circumstances. Because the owner has limited to find buyers, the selling price is usually lower than the market value. A common example is when a property is sold through a bank auction after the owner failed to repay the housing loan. Since the sale must be completed within a short period, buyers often expect a lower price. As a result, the first sale value is generally below the normal market value. Therefore, it is important to understand the difference between these two values. Market value reflects the property value under normal selling condition, while first sale value is a value under urgent selling condition. In short, this valuation report was prepared to support a government housing loan application by providing a professional and reliable assessment of the property market value. That's all from my part.
My name is Nusaliha binti Yusri. My matrix number is 2026104489. and I will continue this presentation for interest to be value part. For this valuation exercise, the market value of the subject property has been assessed based on its current condition. The property involved is a double-story terrace house located at lot number 8259, Impiana Villa 2, Taman Tuanku Jaafar, Negeri Sembilan. The valuation is carried out assuming the property has a good and marketable title, free from any encumbrances. Next, I will explain the purpose of valuation. The valuation was requested for home loan financing purpose.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Khairul Imran bin Nik Muhammad Adid. My metric number is 2026101375. Now I will be explain and will be presenting the particular of the land. Based on the title search and conducted at the land registry, the property is lot 12 GRN 1027942 located in Pekan Sungai Gandut, Seremban, Negeri Sembilan. The land is freehold and is designated for residential building purposes only. It has a land area of approximately 153 square meters or 1,647 square feet, with an annual acquired rent of 70 ringgit. The registered owner is LTS Land Berhad. There is no restriction in interest, charges, encumbrance, or endorsement, indicating that the property has a clear legal title suitable for the valuation purpose. Now we're moving forward to the location of property. The subject property is an intermediate two-story terrace link villa located in the lot A259 Impiana Villa, Jalan Tengku Jaafar Selatan, Taman Tengku Jaafar Seremban, Negeri Sembilan. It is situated within an established residential neighborhood surrounded by terrace houses, semi-detached and detached houses, as well as commercial developments such as shop lots and neighborhood business centers. The area is with a serve public amenities including school, mosque, restaurants, convenience stores, petrol station, and recreational facilities. Major shopping destinations such as Iron Mall, Seremban 2, Maidan Seremban 2, Palm Mall are located nearby. Together with the Hospital Tunku Jaafar, the property also enjoys excellent accessibility via the North-South Expressway and the Lekas Expressway, providing the convenient connection to the Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya, Kajang, Nilai and other parts of the Klang Valley.
My name is Nur Aina Atira binti Ghazali. My number matric 2026100895. Next, I will explain the description of the subject property. The property is an intermediate double-story terrace house, also known as link homes, located at lot no 8259 Impiana Villa 2, Taman Tuanku Jaafar. The site has a land area of approximately 153 square meters or 1,647 square feet. It is rectangular in shape with a frontage of about 6.7 meters and an average depth of 22.9 meters. In terms of the building, it is constructed using a reinforced concrete frame with plastered brick walls, reinforced concrete floors, and concrete roof tiles. The windows are fitted with aluminium frames. Based on our inspection, the property is generally in good physical condition and is suitable for residential use. The detailed schedule of finishes is included in the report for reference. Next, for the service available, The property is supplied with electricity by Tenaga Nasional Berhad or TNB, while the treated water supply is provided by Syarikat Air Negeri Sembilan, also known as SAINS. The neighborhood is a gated and guarded community which provides a safer and more secure living environment for residents. In terms of accessibility, the property has convenient access to Sungai Gadut KTM station, making travel to Seremban and Kuala Lumpur easier. In addition, the development also includes a children's playground, which enhances the quality of the life for families living in the area.
Next, I will explain the method of valuation. In arriving at the market value of the subject property, we have selected the comparison method of valuation as our main approach. This method determines the value by using recent transaction prices of similar properties nearby as a standard benchmark. We then make simple adjustments to match our property based on key factors like the location, size, house condition, surrounding development, and local amenities.
Good morning everyone, my name is Nur Atika Yuni binti Ashadi. My matric number is 2026104669. Today I will be presenting the market data analysis for the subject property using the comparison method of valuation. As shown in Table 14, the market data consists of 4 recent transactions record of double-story terrace house located at Impiana Villa, Taman Tunku Jaafar Seremban, Negeri Sembilan. The comparison method was selected because all the comparable properties are very similar to the subject property. They are located within the same residential area, have the same property type, and share the same building up area of 1,647 square feet or 152 square feet meters. Since the building up area is identical for all the comparable properties, no size adjustment is required. This allows us to make a more accurate comparison because the main difference is only the transaction date and selling price. Besides that, all the houses are located within the same housing development. Therefore, they enjoy the same neighborhood, and environmental, public facility, accessibility, and market demand. This makes the transaction data reliable and suitable for determining the market value of the subject property. Next, let's look at the transaction price. The yearly transaction was recorded in September 2022 with a selling price of Rm 531,000. The second transaction took place in October 2022 where the property was sold for Rm 555,000. In September 2023, the selling price increased slightly to Rm 550,000. Finally, the most recent transaction in March 2024 recorded the highest selling price of Rm 570,000. From these 4 transactions, we can clearly see an upward trend in property price over the 2-year period. This increase is mainly due to the strategic location of Impiana Villa. The housing area is close to educational institutions, commercial centres, and major road network, making it more attractive to potential home buyers. As demand increase, property value also continue to appreciate. Besides on the market evidence, the estimated market value of the subject property fall between Rm 550 and 570,000. After consideration all the comparable transactions, especially the most recent sale and the high similarity between the properties, the fair market value of the subject property is estimated at approximately Rm 560,000. In conclusion, the comparison method provides a reliable valuation because the comparable properties share almost identical characteristics with the subject property. That's all from our group. Thank you for your attention.